and welcome to Michelle's first clarinet lesson. Okay, Michelle, today we're going to learn how to put the clarinet together and hopefully get a sound out of it, which is not that easy, but I think you can do it. So the first thing you're going to do is wet the reed. The reed is how you make all the sound on a clarinet. So basically, put it in your mouth, let it sit there until you put the clarinet together. When you put the clarinet together, we start with the bell. This is the bottom. And take the bottom part of the body and stick it on there. You try. Push. But be careful that you don't hurt the keys. Sometimes it's better to twist it a little bit. Careful with that. And now you're going to take the top half of the body. You see this key right here? This has to line up with this. So that when you press down, the whole thing comes up. You see? That just has to line up. And if it's like this, it's okay because it still touches it. And then you take the barrel and you put the barrel on here. Now on this particular clarinet, this is the hardest thing to get on. So, clarinets come with this handy dandy cork grease. This is not chapstick, so never put it on your lips. What you do is put the cork grease on the cork and it lubricates it a little bit so it's easier to get the parts together. Here, why don't you put this on? Push. There you go. Good job. Now see, this moved a little bit, so always make sure that this is lined up. And you take the mouthpiece and put it on. And you make sure that this back part is lined up with these keys. Now, when you put the reed on, you're going to use the ligature to secure the reed. Now this is an inverted ligature. And if you look at it, it has these little grooves right here. That's where the reed goes. Now when you put the reed on, some people prefer to kind of put the ligature on and then line the reed up. I kind of like to line the reed up and then put the ligature on, but you want to make sure that you don't hit the top of the reed, and because then it'll crack and then it'll be useless. Now when you put the reed on, you don't want it to hang over the edge like that. You want to be able to see just a tiny bit of black. And make sure that it's lined up here with these sides. And then put the ligature on. But be very careful. And it usually makes it crooked when you put the ligature on, so you got to re-straighten it out. If you can see the reed over the top, it's up too high and you won't get a sound out. Then you got to tighten the ligature. Okay, so when you hold the clarinet, it's kind of uncomfortable at first. It takes a lot of getting used to. This thumb, your right thumb, goes right here under this thing. It's not like this. Even though this is more convenient, it goes right here over your top joint here. This key is covered a lot by your left thumb, and these just kind of rest right here. So why don't you try? This one goes over this hole. This one goes over this hole. And these just kind of rest here in case you need to press them down. Now I want you to take all your fingers off the keys and just hold it with your thumb right here and blow. Oh wait, we forgot about embouchure. That's the most important thing. Now embouchure is the position of your lips around the mouthpiece. If your embouchure is loose and lazy, you're not going to get a sound. You want to go like this with your bottom lip. Do it with me. And then your teeth are going to go right here on the top of the mouthpiece. And then your lips go over top of your teeth. Now, the tightness of the corners is really important so that air doesn't leak out. And then you can get the fullest sound possible. Now listen to the difference if I loosen my embouchure and then tighten it back up. You try. Let's see your embouchure before you put the clarinet in your mouth. Good, good, good. I know, it's silly. Tighten up the corners. And it needs a lot of air pressure. It took me a long time to get this also, so don't feel bad. No, see, you can hear the air leaking out because it's going like... Don't cover up any of the holes. Just play it open. Oh, did you hear that little tiny inkling of sound? Here, watch me again. The whole point is for the reed to vibrate against the instrument. So, your tongue is back. You don't really touch it with your tongue unless you want to articulate a note like... That was ugly. So, let me see. How can I word this so you'll understand it better? Just don't let any air leak out of the corners.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I think you're pressing down, right?
Yeah.
Take all your fingers off and just hold it with the bottom. And play an open G. There you go. Good job. Now it's a little bit flat, and I think it's because your embouchure, you haven't trained your lips yet, which naturally takes time. But just try and really focus on tightening the corner so that no air leaks out. Take it a little bit more mouthpiece. Oh! It's okay, it happens, it happens. There you go, that sounds great. That sounds great. So, what we're going to do now, that's an open G. The clarinet blows an open G. What we're going to do, watch my fingers. I'm new at this too, okay? So don't worry. We're going to go open, then thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger.
Okay.
And that's C, F, E, D, C. I mean G. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
G, F, E, D, C. And one thing with the holes that's really tricky, yeah, is making sure that the whole hole is covered, because if it's not, air will leak out. And I have tiny fingers, and I really struggle with that. Okay. So you want it to be, here, watch. When you press down, you wouldn't press this hard.
Yeah.
But when you look, the hole is right over the pad of your finger. It's not your fingertips.
Okay.
Start open, no keys. Yay! That was so good! Great job! That sounded awesome. So congratulations on your first flute lesson. I mean clarinet lesson.